Okay, so make sure you have a scratch paper and your calculator still for this video. So in this video, we are going to look at something called distribute. It's going to be multiplying before we can solve. And when you distribute, a distribution is like when you have 3 times m plus 1, let's just say, equals 6. When you do distribution, that means you're going to multiply twice because there's two terms inside the parenthesis. So you take 3 times m, it's 3m. 3 times 1 is 3, and it would be plus, because everything was positive, equals 6. And then we solve. So distributing means multiplying. So when I distribute, I bring my 3 to everything on the inside of the parenthesis. When you see a number with a parenthesis, that's going to mean you're going to multiply. So what I did is I multiplied 3 times m, and I get 3m. And I multiply 3 by 1. 3 by 1 is 3. So now I have 3m plus 3 equals 6. And just like we did the last few days, then now you have your variable is m, and you can even circle it if you want. And you have a constant of plus 3. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. And you have to minus 3 to the other constant. These cancel. 3m equals 6 minus 3 is 3. Then this is multiply. 3 times m is 3 multiplied by m. So we divide by 3. Cancel. 1m equals 3 divided by 3 is 1. That is distributing. So let's try some other ones like that. All right. What if you have 2 times 3w minus 1 equals 4. Let's try that one. So here, you're going to distribute first. Parentheses mean multiply. So you're going to go 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is 6. And then you have w. And then 2 by 1. 2 by 1 is 2. And then this minus is going to stay minus because you have a positive and a minus, so it's going to be minus. Equals 4. So we multiplied, or we distributed. So now we have to do the opposite. Now we got down to our variable is w, and we have minus 2. Well, the opposite of that is plus 2. Cancel. I have 6w equals 6. 6w means 6 multiply, so I do the opposite of multiply, which is divide. W, 6 divided by 6 is 1. I got 1 2 times. That doesn't always happen. I promise the next one we do, we will not get 1 for an answer. Okay. All right, let's try this one, and I promise we're not going to get 1 for an answer. So let's try this. Let's try 20 equals negative 2 times the quantity of 2m plus 4. All right, so now my parentheses are on the right, but I still do the same thing. So I can copy my 20 equals, you're going to multiply negative 2 by 2. So a negative by a positive is going to be negative 4m, 2 times 2. And then you're going to do 2 times 4, so multiply. 2 by 4 is 8. And then you have a positive and a negative. So when you multiply, if you have a negative and a positive, it's going to be negative. Okay, Now we got there. Here's my variable. So I'm subtracting 8. So in order to move it, I need to do the opposite. So I'm going to do plus 8. Cancel. Negative 4m equals 20 plus 8 is 28. Now I'm going to divide, because this is multiply. So I divide. When I divide, you have to take the negative sign with it. These cancel. M. So 28 divide by negative 4. If you put that in your calculator, that's going to be negative 7. Don't remember, I am doing these on the video. You can be practicing with the numbers on the calculator while I'm doing them. All right, I think we need to try one more because I can think of one more thing that can happen. So the next one we're going to try is 3. Nope, let's make it negative 3. Negative 3 times the quantity, so parenthesis, m minus 2 equals 12. All right, so let's work with the parenthesis because that means multiply. So we're going to multiply these two. So negative 3 times m is negative 3m. Negative 3 times 2 is 6. Now here's where you have to pay attention. You have a negative and a negative. When you multiply, those two negatives is going to become a plus. When you multiply two negatives becomes a plus. I don't like my plus sign, it's ugly, so I'm going to redo it. Equals 12. Okay, so now we're down to our basic two steps. So we have our variable is m. We have plus 6, so we have to do the opposite, which is minus 6. Those cancel. I get negative 3m equals 12 minus 6 is 6. And now we're going to divide. And when you divide, you have to take the negative signal with it. So I divide by negative 3. And I get m equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. And it would be negative because when you're dividing, one signal is negative. Okay, again, now that you have notes, you need to go back to Canvas and try some practice problems.